All right, here we go. Today we have J-Bo from BMF. Welcome to VladTV.
What's going on with it?
Everything good, man. Everything good. Before we actually started the interview, we talked about how I was in Atlanta during one of BMF's big parties. You guys actually flew me out there, and we may or may not have been around each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just saying that was quite an era. That was like something I'd never seen in my life.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit, man. We talking about the house in Latonia, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the White House.
Exactly.
We call that the White House.
Exactly.
Nice spot.
Absolutely. Well, this is our first time here, so let's go ahead and start from the very beginning. So you were born and raised in St. Louis?
Yes, sir. Born and raised in St. Louis, from the north side. That's my hometown. That's what it is.
So what was St. Louis like in the 80s?
80s was, the crack era. St. Louis always been a rough city. In the 80s, in my time, I was young, so little kid, but I was right there. Everything was going on from the neighborhood that I grew up in. It was bad back then. Not quite how it is now, but St. Louis was a rough place to grow up in.
Well, originally you were mostly into sports, right?
Yeah, I played football, baseball. I tried to play some basketball. Ran track. That's how I basically come up as during my childhood life, was playing sports.
Okay, do you think at one point you're going to go pro and that was going to be your future?
Well, I as a kid, you have dreams like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was actually, I could have made it to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like when I got in high school, I was getting letters, for football. I was getting letters from every college you can think of. You know what I'm saying? For a running back, I was that guy, as you say. But yeah, sports was. I grew up on sports, man. I've been to the Junior Olympics and track. You know what I'm saying? Baseball, I just played it just to play, just to stay in shape, I guess. I loved the game. But sports was my life coming up.
Okay, so if all these schools are calling you for football, did you end up going to college or you stopped at high school?
Well, I never made it to a big college. I did go to the community college because I had ended up getting in trouble when I was, I guess I was a senior in high school or something like that. I ended up getting on probation. I didn't know that you can probably still transfer to another state. If I could have played football or whatever. I didn't know nothing about that when I was young, so I didn't pursue college after that. I did go to community college, though.
Okay, and that's pretty much where your sports career ended, in community college.
I played softball on the street. I played in this Black World League. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was big. Softball big in St. Louis. So I started out playing softball. But as far as thinking about the pros and all that shit, that was out the window.
Okay, and it was around 18, 19 years old where you started getting mixed up in the streets?
Well, yeah, I was, roughly about 18, 19. I had one of my good friends. He was in the streets. I just go over his house and, just go mess around because I know he was the big brother. As I say so. But he was in the streets, and one day I just went over there and sat on the bed. He was down, sitting on the floor in the projects down there, and weighing out some dope on a triple beam. That's old. You say a triple beam scale. They got digital everything now, but I was just sat there and I was looking at him. I was like, hey man, let me get one of them. I ain't know what I was asking for. You know what I'm saying? But I know now, but it was an ounce. They was bagging up ounces. And he looked at me and looked at his partner that was in there with him and looked back at me and he threw me an ounce. Now, I didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't into no streaks, for selling drugs and shit like that. But I ended up, catching on a little bit. And I actually fucked up the money. You know what I'm saying? And then try to like hide from him and shit. You know, he caught up with me one day. I look, bro. I like, bro, I ain't got it. I spent it, you know, I went crazy. He like, man, you ain't gotta run. Don't never do that. But if you owe people, just man up and you talk to them, and you know, it's always a good chance that y'all can work shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you my family, so, you know, we gonna get past that. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I was introduced to the streets. And nobody like give me like, here, try this and shit. I just was curious. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, let me just get one of them. And I started from that.